what's up guys? It's Erik V here with Beta Records TV. We are here today with a man whose name you might not immediately recognize, but I guarantee you, if you've been in the movies in the last 10 years or so, you've definitely heard his work. Bryan Tyler, how you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Thank you for inviting us down to your studio. This is phenomenal.
Since I'm here most of the time and, you know, a good 18 hours a day, you gotta make it comfortable.
18 hours a day, really?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Movies don't wait. That's the thing. When you're working in the record world, you can kind of move schedules. There's no immediate need to get the music done, but with a movie, there's just no choice. The movie's coming out. Mm-hmm. You know, they've made the posters. The commercials have gone out. You have to get done on time, so you crank away.
Now, how did you get involved in music in general? Let's go all the way back.
As a young kid, I started playing instruments. You know, I picked up the drums at a young age. I picked up playing guitar, played bass, just, you know, whatever instrument I could find, I just kind of gravitated towards it. I was, I don't know, 14 or 15, and I started doing session work in Los Angeles as a drummer. And I got some lucky breaks here and there, played with Elton John, you know, I did a bunch of records, started playing concerts. I was working really hard at doing music. I was in college at the time, and just sending out my demo to anyone that would listen or anyone that would not listen. Probably 95% of my demos got thrown in the trash, you know, but the director heard it, and he wanted to use my song as the end title when the credits are rolling at the end of the movie. He thought it was perfect. I said, oh, please, let me do the rest of the music for the movie, you know? I can do it. I had no credits, so, but the fact is, this was a really low-budget movie. They couldn't pay anyone, so I thought, he's willing to do it for free, why not, you know? So I ended up doing like 14 different songs. I did a full orchestral score too at the same time. I mean, I did it all for $1. And literally, that was my contract. That one just made its way over to 20th Century Fox. Somehow the score for that landed on the president's desk. He really liked it. He called me in, we listened to the music. And all of a sudden, he gave me some recommendations that just opened the door, you know. And then from that, it just went one after another. It's just one of those things.
When you go to sit down and write a score for these films, how do you go about? How does it speak to you, basically?
So for me, I watch the movie, and there's no music, but I kind of feel, I think there could be music here. Maybe we could make it, you know, a little bit more energy, or, you know, something like that, or maybe a little more emotional or sad, or anything to just kind of push the movie in the direction that you want it to be. Mm-hmm. So I just go at it, and I'll just pick a scene. I'll pick some scene in the middle of the movie, and I'll just watch it, and I'll sit down with my guitar or at the piano and just kind of jot down ideas, come up with themes, come up with just little musical ideas that might turn into something bigger later. If it's some hip-hop track in Fast and Furious, that's what you do. You lay down some drums, you do some vinyl, you do some, you know, keyboards and programming and loops and things like that. But then on other movies, you're actually writing for a 100-piece orchestra, and we'll write out all those parts, and I'll conduct the orchestra and record it with the movie playing in the background so you can match the scene.
Somehow, I convinced Bryan to give us a little insight here as to how he goes about scoring a film.
The writing process starts a little bit earlier on, but you know, you find yourself, you know, looking at a scene and going, oh, you know, maybe this, you know, something like that. Start with a riff. You bring out the keyboard, and you can write out more of the other instruments. It ends up being all written down on this sheet music, and then I go and I'll conduct the orchestra. And we'll record it into Pro Tools. At the same time, the screen plays the movie, so you're in sync. That riff that you heard just a second ago on the guitar,
yeah.
And then that comes in for a little bit later in the piece, where you have this kind of thing. But there's all these different things going on that you don't really hear in the background, like, this is the orchestra part. Right? And then you go and you add in the guitars. And then you kind of bring it all together and you just mix it. and you're left with this.
Wow, now it's easy to see how you sit here for 18 hours a day. This is a blast. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.